Please welcome our speaker, John Michael Guzman. His speech, Fugitive on the Run. How long is your talk?
5 to 7.
5 to 7.
Escapee, escapee, escapee from a maximum security installation. This is not an isolated case. Look, that's how he did it. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and our honored guests. How did he do it? He climbed. He went underneath the ground, underneath the fence. Remember that word. I'm going to come back and ask you in a moment. My fellow Toastmasters, I want to share that this was not an isolated incident. Every year, according to an American organization, which will remain nameless at the moment, 10 million times this occurs. L, S, who said D? L, S, E. Lost, stolen, or escaped. That's what I want to talk about to you today. And of those 10 million that are out there, 2.7 million are recaptured and killed. Why have you not heard about this before, my fellow Toastmasters? What's going on? Well, this might be only going around, you might think, in New York or Chicago, or one of these big, fast-talking cities. No. It can go on right here in our little community, Riverside. In fact, I live over in Canyon Lake with my folks, and on Tuesday I was thinking, like, what am I going to talk about? And I heard the screech of tires, and then I heard the honk, honk, honk. What are you doing in the middle of the road? Get out of there. And I looked over, and there were two, I'll call them Houdini escape artists. One black, one white, standing right there, brown eyes, completely naked, about 60 pounds, about 3 feet. They ran off. So I went down there to see if I could help out. Now, didn't take any weapons, went unarmed. Now, if I hadn't got down there, I'm sure their faces would have been plastered all over social media. Plastered on flyers traditionally, on mailboxes and signs and things like that in the community. My fellow Toastmasters, the paper that you have in front of you, please flip it over and take a moment to look at that, because I'm not talking about criminals. I am talking about these guys. Now, America, 10 million. Our country, we love our pets, seriously. Let me ask you, see a show of hands, how many of you currently have a pet or you had a pet when you were growing up? Have fond memories. See some show of hands? I had a little dog named Pepsi, which I wish I had the photo here. It was really cute when I was a baby. Now, this actually affects 10 million, but 2.7 million dogs are killed at shelters. It's a horrible statistic, but it's true. And so what can we do about this? You know, only 1 in 10 dogs actually make it home. And 1 in 3 dogs in their lifetime are going to be lost. So I came up with an acronym called FIX, F-I-X. And I have, you have to use your imagination, an imaginary underdog from the cartoon sitting right here. Say hello, underdog. Hello, underdog. Now, underdog is 198 years old. In dog years. That's right, dog years. And he's going to help out a little bit during this very serious time. So what can we do? Fix. So what did I say? The person climbed underneath the what?
Fence.
Fence, that's right. So that's the first one I've got right here. Climb underneath the fence. Now, a dog can actually go through the fence, under the fence, or over the fence. But because of lack of time, we're only going to talk about one. Now, underdog, yes, he used to be an Olympic champion, even though he's almost 200 years old. And even today, he can still get out of your backyard. Now, how many of you, if you have a fence, you want to make sure it's a fully enclosed fence, and it's high enough. But if it's not high enough, underdog, or your dog, can get out. How does he do this? Furniture, tables, chairs. He can hop up, and then spring over, and land on the other side. Underdog did it. I did it, I'm a 10, an Olympic champion. Yes, underdog, we don't want that to ever happen again. So make sure your fence is high enough, and if you don't have time right now or the money, consider getting some plants or some shrubbery to give it more height. So that's step number one. Plants. Now the other one that's also very important starts with an I. It's implants. No, I'm not. No, I'm talking about those. No. I mean medical implants that your vet can put in. She's changed her comments. And put in for your dog. Now, how this works, it's very inexpensive. It's less than $50. It can be done in just a few seconds from your vet, and every pet should do it. You can even do it with birds, cats. It's not like a GPS. I mean, you don't have a little clicker where you're going around looking for your pet. Meow, 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 ruff, ruff, right there he is. No, what it is when your dog or cat or animal is found, you're taken to the vet. Then they're scanned where the chip would be. It's only about the size of a grain of rice. And then it has the information, your contact information, so they can contact you, can come and get your dog back. Now the last part is what? X. And X stands for what? Underdog. It stands for examine. That's right, Underdog. What? But I'm shy. I don't want to take off my clothes. No, no. Underdog, we're talking about examining the behavior of a dog, like a stray dog, not your own dog, but you're out walking, a stray dog. Examine their behavior as well as examine their body. I mean, not like that, Underdog. He's really weird. No, Underdog. What I mean is, if you see a dog and you're out alone, you're walking, look at the dog. Are their ears back? Is it looking at you without blinking? You see the teeth. Is it growling? These are not good signs. Well, be aware of this. Now, when I went out to chase the two black and white dogs that had gone off and I found them, I didn't take any weapons, but I did take something else. Something that dogs love. Food. That's right, Underdog. I took some food. And I had some meat, and I was able to throw it to them. They came over to me, I looked for a name, a phone number, a tag so I could contact the owner. They trusted me, I began to stroke them. So before you engage in physical contact, give them some food. And it takes me back to some of my dates in the past, dating. You have to find the dinner first. My fellow Toastmasters, today we've looked at a very serious subject, and we've thrown a little bit of humor into it. But I hope for those pet owners out there that you remember this acronym, FIX, F-I-X, because you don't want your dog to be another of those statistics. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.